Hey, let me start with something honest. You clicked on this because a part of you already knows it's time to move on from the setup that has been holding you back. So let us talk about the CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme. This is for the person who wants gaming to feel effortless again. Someone who doesn't want to wait for load screens, who doesn't want to drop settings just to keep a stable frame rate, and who refuses to pretend that their old hardware is fine when it has been slowing them down for months. Before we go deeper, check the current price and stock. Systems in this range tend to shift quickly. Think back to that moment when you realized your old rig couldn't keep up anymore. Maybe it was that micro stutter mid-fight, or textures loading in late, or your fan sounding like it was begging for mercy. Or maybe it was something simple, launching a game and feeling that tiny hesitation that reminded you've outgrown compromise. When you step into this system, that hesitation disappears instantly. After using a build like this daily, the change isn't subtle. You power it on and it feels ready. You open games and they launch with the kind of smoothness that makes you wonder how you ever tolerated the old setup. The combination of the i5 processor and the RTX 5060 feels balanced, fast, responsive, and reassuring. You stop worrying about what to lower in the settings menu and start focusing on the actual game again. Imagine your night routine jumping into your favorite shooter and everything feels tighter, cleaner, more fluid. Streaming to your friends without worrying about lag spikes. Playing big, open-world maps without pop-ins breaking immersion. Even simple multitasking, Discord open, browser running, music on feels frictionless because the 16GB DDR5 keeps everything snappy. The 1TB PCIe 4.0 SSD? That S where you feel the speed in your bones. Quick boots, instant loads, zero waiting. If you're rethinking about it, don't wait too long. Inventory swings happen without warning. Now, maybe a part of you wonders whether this is enough power, or whether you should stretch to something bigger. But here's what you notice once you start using it. It's not about extremes, it's about balance that actually meets your needs. You get a cooler, faster, cleaner experience without blowing past your budget. And that becomes a strength, not a limitation. A surprise perk is how refreshingly quiet and composed it feels in everyday use. You expect noise underload, but the airflow design keeps everything steady without drowning out your space. And then there's that subtle shift inside you when you own something that finally feels modern again. You sit down with more confidence. You play without worrying about dips or slowdowns. Your whole setup starts to feel like it finally matches the way you think about gaming. Smoother gameplay that lets you stay locked in. Faster loads that keep momentum alive. Clean responsiveness that just feels right. Stability that holds your focus. A price point that respects your wallet. The only real downside is that once you adjust to this kind of fluid performance, it's hard to go back to anything older or slower. Stop comparing the same three systems in your head. You already know which one fits the way you play. At some point, you go with the one you kept coming back to. If this feels like your moment to upgrade, check the link and make sure it is still available.